are you guys doing?
Morning. Good.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Very good. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
You do.
Mama passed it.
What? Can you not?
Anyway, so we are back to
Looks
bless.
like those rich auntie
Yeah.
vibes. So please.
Thank you for the compliment.
Yes, we are so proud of you anyway.
Eh,
We are.
eh.
Here you go.
Okay.
So we are back. It's a new
you.
week and we hope you guys are ready and
Yes.
also
How was y'all's weekend?
Good.
Good.
We had an amazing weekend.
it was an
Amazing
amazing one, but
Sunday.
a long one
A long one.
for me.
Didn't you have a nice Sunday?
I did.
It was unforgettable.
I had a great weekend too, so let's hope we're going to have an amazing week ahead. We're ending the month of April. We're entering May, so yes, let's just keep vibey and energetic.
Vibey.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a nice word. Vibey.
Yeah, so it's the opinion poll. We're going to be right
Yes.
back in a few. Do not go anywhere. Stay tuned. Yeah.
Hey, opinion poll.
Yes, so we are going to be, welcome back to the opinion poll, and we're going to be sharing our views and also talking about this incident that actually happened on TikTok and also made this couple very, very famous. A couple that made sure to pull off a $500 wedding. They didn't want to spend so much, so it's a Californian, couple, a California bride spends $500 on her entire wedding, and guests purchased their food and also drinks at the reception.
How many people did she have at her wedding?
I don't know. They didn't specify the number of the people, but
There were a lot. If you could take a look at the video.
yeah,
that
go
they were
from the
showing,
video
there were many
exactly.
people.
Yeah, so we're going to be talking about that. Do you think that people should actually spend minimal or less money on their wedding day and save up for the future, or do you think the bride and the groom have to go all in when it comes to their wedding day? So what do you ladies think about it? Because if they manage to pull off a $500 wedding, it's like ibihumbi magana tanu plus amafaranga makeya and this money, because I don't think it can even be possible, but it happened. And she purchased a $47 dress. No, a wedding dress, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Should people go all in or should people spend less?
Let me see. Okay.
From your own experience.
You use experience. She's trying to mock me. My guy, I'm not secretly married, guys. Don't think I don't have a man. I don't.
You don't have a man.
I don't have a husband in my home. I still live with my beautiful parents. Yes.
But you can wish. Tell us how you
Yeah, how
picture
you
your
wish.
wedding
That's
day.
what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So before I even go into that, when I saw this story, I was like, wow, the audacity of telling your guests that, my guys, come to the wedding knowing that you're going to buy your food and drinks. That takes a lot
Depends
of
on the
courage.
relationship, I
Exactly.
guess.
Let me tell you, no matter the sort of relationship that you can have with your friends, it never stops them from judging your decisions. That's what I'm saying. So a group of friends of yours can be able to appreciate or even understand your situation, but not all of them will. Not all family members will. So it's just very outrageous. When I saw that, I was like, okay, wow. So that was the first thing. Then the $47 dress. I'm like, where in this Kigali can you get $47 dress?
Man, you're going to be seeing the dress that she was wearing down on the screen. It was
We just
really
saw it.
amazing.
So that was like, okay. And then she looked amazing. Thank God she was beautiful. Like, she was able to pull that dress off.
Their husband was handsome.
she
My
looks
God,
so
they
good.
just
Look at her. So that
Yeah.
dress is $47. So I was imagining, I was like, if it was here in
No,
Rwanda,
but Tina, if you look at her dress, Sibjo, look at the material.
it's silk.
Sibjo, it's silk. You can go there, buy silk, take to a tailor, and they can tailor you a dress at 47,000. It depends on which tailor you have gone to, by the way.
Okay, but anyway, I was
possible.
just really amazed. It made headlines. Everyone was like, okay. It made everyone think about like their wedding day decisions or those to even come. I was like, oh, maybe it's a possibility to like minimize your costs. But let me tell you, what I envision for my wedding day, my guys. Me, I want to go all out. I don't want $500. I don't want a wedding day of $500. I'm not gonna lie. So every time you're at home and then you talk about your wedding with your parents, they're teasing you and stuff like that. And then my mom, you know how mothers can be. They want you to have the best. They want you to have like a beautiful dress. My mom is talking about wedding day dresses. She loves glamorous things. And so she wants me to have an amazing day. She wants me to go all out. She wants me to have a day that I deserve, because she is one of those people who believe that you only have that day once, and so live it to the fullest. But my father, on the other hand, is like, please,
Spend less.
spend less, because you need to remember that your wedding day is one day, and then your lifetime with your husband, I mean, your life with your husband is a lifetime. So you need to minimize those costs, because if you go all out for your wedding day, what are you going to eat tomorrow in the morning? What are you going to take for breakfast and stuff like
Honeymoon.
that? Exactly. So I believe that I will have, in my opinion, I want to go all out, but in my capacity, like the money that I will have worked for. I don't want to burden people. I don't want to burden my family members to feel like, oh, because of my expectations of what I want for my wedding day, they need to pitch in extra. My friends need to give in extra donations. You know how
Take out loans.
Yeah, exactly. Take out loans. Like, people are very outrageous. Sometimes they take out loans. They empty out their bank accounts. They're burdening their friends to give in more and more donations. Like, you don't want to have people resenting you over your own wedding day. It's supposed to be a day filled with fun, family time, laughter, love. And so if you make it, that is how people end up being stressed on their weddings. So it's just really sad. Like, you go and you see a beautiful bride, she's about to walk down the aisle, but she is having to be on the phone, kwishura sari, kwishura the drinks and stuff like that. It's wedding jitters or wedding stress. You cannot eliminate it completely, but at least minimize that stress. And the only way to do that is just work within a budget that you can afford. Sometimes in life, like right now, I can be expecting to have like a beautiful wedding, but then sometime down the road, I'm not that financially stable. So you need to what do they call sacrifice those dreams and work within the means that you have. Because if today I imagined getting married in like a fancy place, let's say the fanciest place here is where, like Radisson, and then later on I can't afford Radisson and I can afford some like Hilltop or any, I'm not shade, guys, but like Hilltop is the place people used to get married a long time. So that's the place I can afford. I mean, it's going to crush my dreams, which is and everything. They expect so much from you, and you feel that embarrassment. But then at that point, you need to like move past your embarrassment and work within your means. So that's where we go wrong sometimes. We expect so much. Your friends expect so much from you due to the things that you convince them that you would do, and then it ends up being a disaster. You end up not being happy, you're burdening people around you. That is not personally what I want for my day. I want to be happy, I want to work within my means. Hopefully, I will afford the wedding of my dreams. But if not, it's not a shame. You just need to accept it beforehand. And
Things do happen.
yes, let me tell you, if you're ashamed, those people are not going to enter with you in your marriage. They're not going to struggle with you if you can't pay the bills for the house, if you can't pay electricity, if you can't feed your children. They're not going to be with you. So, because all struggles, we experience them alone, we need to understand that that glorious moment is just for a short amount of time, and those people are not going to be around. So work within your means. Don't empty out your... Please do not take out a bank loan over a wedding, my people. No, there are better things to take out a bank loan over, and just work within what you can afford. That's just what I would do. But for now, I am getting that wedding, hopefully. I will go out,
Inshallah.
yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think there's just what people don't understand, and what, you know, like we mistake expensive things to be all, classy and good looking and stuff. Because if you follow closely, if you watch the video of this girl, she really didn't take much money out of her pocket, but the wedding was really beautiful. And honestly, you know, the dress was less expensive.
Yeah, we forgot to talk about where she did her wedding. She did it on a freeway.
Yeah, it was just...
We don't know how in Kigali we have, what's the name? That's where she did her wedding from. Like a car-free zone. That's why like it's free, no sal. So that's why they set up chairs and like decorations. Basically, she worked with nature.
I mean, you know, she really looked good. So it doesn't have to be so expensive to look good. Njewe, I need a wedding that looks good, that looks fancy, but you don't have to spend much money on it. Because the dress was less expensive, but she looked beautiful in it. The husband was good looking. And if people...
Of course, that's what you saw.
I mean, yeah, we have to appreciate. So I'm just saying that, you know, let's just learn to compare. You can take an example of, you know, the most most expensive things that people buy. Sometimes you buy even an expensive thing and it doesn't look good on you, yet you spend so much money on it. So it doesn't matter the amount of money that I'm going to spend on my wedding day. The wedding day is going to be looking glamorous and is going to be looking good. So I won't judge people who take out loans because everybody's dream is different from.
It's not about judging. It's just what you would do yourself.
Yes. I will not take a bank loan, but if somebody is willing and able to like take the bank loan and pay it afterwards, then I want them.
But I'm asking you, why do you think they take out those bank loans?
They take out those bank loans because it's just expectations, as you put it, or the way that they envision their weddings to be. So you can never blame some, because like if you want something, then you go in all out for it. So it depends on how much you feel like you want what you have envisioned in yourself. Go on, do whatever that you want, have that beautiful wedding as your mom tells you. It only happens once. It's just only for a few hours, but the memories last forever.
Yes, they do. I agree with that.
So people should actually go all in or go all out depending on what they have envisioned and whatever. I won't be judgy, but just make sure that whatever the amount of money that you spend on your wedding day, at the end of the day, it's going to be looking good. Uziko, what makes someone happy is, even after like 5 years, people will sit down and discuss and be like, you know what, girl, Tracy's wedding was really, really beautiful. Because the memories will actually stay there. So they'll be like, that is what makes everybody's, attention and what makes everybody happy. Because, no, you having a wedding over less money and people will sit and talk about you and it will become a discussion. And I don't think it's
Of course,
really
no one would want that.
Yes, so like spend less, but make sure that what you have is really fancy and looks good. Don't embarrass yourself in the moment of just saving up for the future, because you even never know. There's this saying that people say, sometimes we really do, save for the future that we are not even entitled to. You never know if you're going to even reach that future. So, have whatever that you want to have in the moment. Don't over exaggerate. Think about that moment, because it's meant to be beautiful and it's meant to only happen for once.
So would you go all out?
I would go all out if I have the means, but if I don't have the means, as you said, I will use what I have, as long as I make sure my wedding day is beautiful.
Yeah.
I like what you just said, use what you have, because in weddings, I think it is first something that you have to experience to be able to say that you can go all in or all out, because honestly, on a personal level, there is a point I was like, you know what? I'm just going to walk around with what I have. What I don't have.
Before I even interrupt, I'd like you to tell us, like, before your wedding, were your expectations met?
Of course. Like the screenshots you take. I want this dress.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're planning before. Like, was it, like, what? Tell us about that.
Well, you guys were there. I think you
were.
You saw what I went through.
We can't be fully
in plannings. I think it's just one thing to be prepared and to be a planner and to know how your things can go.
The reality.
My expectations, of course, COVID-19 didn't make my expectations fully come out.
You were lucky.
But you were lucky.
I know, I was lucky, but then again, if I did it now when it was 100 and 100%.
Remember how they closed everything right after, like a few days after your wedding?
It was a week after.
A week after your wedding.
A week after. Had demo week of 19th, then after 19th, no weddings. Anyway, story to be continued.
I knew it.
Oh yes, COVID-19.
Yeah, COVID-19. So COVID-19 really, really, really messed up a lot of things. To go till morning, but then there was curfew, sister. There was like so much things that hindered my expectations, especially with the celebration part. But to be honest, my expectations were met like, let's say, at the rate of 90% was my expectation, and 10% did not meet my expectation. Why? Because of COVID-19, that's one. Two, it's because of some people who just walk off your day. You told them to make your dress. They do it in the wrong way. Such things, the disappointments that come, like you go to do your hair, then you find the guy is still doing someone else's hair. Then there's small things that happen. So I just one time when it was Thursday and the wedding was on Saturday, I was like, you know what? whatever is going to happen, at the end of the day, I'm married. That's what I put in my mind. I was like, at the end of the day, I'm getting married to the man of my life, the man of my dreams, the man I love, yeah? Because ugiye kure ukita ku bintu, my dear, you can run mad.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so sad to see a bride like so stressed on her. Like, do you know how scary that is?
It's one day that comes in a lifetime. I swear, let's call on 2 people to start a business called wedding planning and let people take up these things, because
you know, out there people have wedding planners.
I know.
A person you pay.
Exactly.
I was stressed on your behalf. You just go come get her. Is my dress ready? When should I go for fitting? Or that Akugasanga, in our dearest beautiful country, we are so like, we want to own our things. We don't want to give a chance to people who have, because I've heard of people who are doing this. I haven't
people
seen.
Refuse to actually pay the
But
amount
people
of
don't
money.
pay them kujirango, they help them. No, kuri someone should be a consultant for wedding planning, because brides need to rest, brides need to
the stress that
glow.
comes with the wedding is just
It's just too much. So budget wise, I think think of what you want and what is priority.
Yeah.
Food is priority. Drinks is priority.
No, it can be a priority to you, but not to somebody.
Yeah, she's saying for herself.
But you know, she was just putting it in general.
But
There's some people.
You want a wedding where you will not feed people.
There are some people who don't offer food, especially the reception.
Because it can be, I can understand if the daughter was in the morning, simply because the people who have the wedding in one day. If the dowry was in the morning and you fed people, you don't have to really feed them in the reception, because they have eaten and they're coming from their homes when they have eaten, honestly.
Hey,
yeah?
Some people don't eat, bro. It depends on
They will go home and eat. So this is my own part of the story. My priorities are food, number one, because you don't want people to say, hey, one wedding should not feed us.
And you know, let me tell you, everyone is about food.
I know.
When you're going out,
The food and the drinks.
Disappoint people like that. I'm not about to.
I know. Drinks. Imagine going to a wedding and they don't even give you one soda. Maybe you can say 2 sodas, the one when they have just come in and the one they will have when they eat. Because we did times 2. Then, what else? Decoration is priority, because, my dear, they're not going to sit on the floor. What else? Entertainment, because we will not shout, brothers and sisters, you need microphones, in other words. Then you need entertainment, really. You need people to be entertained. But it's also not priority, because you can have a DJ. The person in the sound, you can do, if you have a laptop, you make a playlist of how you want everything to be scheduled, and then you put there a friend, tell her, always play this, tell the DJ to just, it's just a matter of doing this. So that's priority. Entertainment is not so much of priority if you really want to cut low on prices.
Your budget, yeah.
What else? Clothes, makeup. I think cake. I don't even get the essence of cake in a wedding, but because rarely people eat it, I think cake should be a dessert on the buffet.
Cake used to be like a big deal before. These days, I see.
You know, Nigerians make
Because I didn't even
cake.
eat your cake. I ate like a piece. But
They make fake cakes.
Yeah, they make fake cakes. Haven't you ever seen, back then when we went to town and then we saw a burger which was fake? Do you remember? Like, people actually make fake cakes, because, my dear, that cake takes you 200 and something thousand. Who is going to eat it? Most people will not get it. But if you tell the caterer, among the dessert, put cake, at least you've cut down on the 200.
I think cake is just like a ritual, just to cut. It's just a symbol.
Anyway, they always say there is no party without cake. So I think if you plan your wedding very well accordingly, you can prioritize things. That's if you don't have a budget, because there are people here who have money. So don't limit them. The people who have money.
I said currently that is my hope and dream. Hopefully to stick like that up to.
Man.
Let me manifest.
Manifest society.
You're all invited.
Anyway, so how about the part of where they made the guests to pay for their drinks and food?
I don't agree with that. If I'm inviting you to my wedding, let me take care of you. Let me take care of you. Honestly, it's just wrong to me.
You know, most of the people that come to your wedding really contributed to, like,
let me tell you, whether they contribute or not, but if you've asked for their presence, then treat them like kings and queens.
Exactly.
Like, I don't...
No, Kibaza Omono. They have supported you. Honestly, when you're planning a wedding, you see support that you've never seen.
You know, and even something that comes along with that, it limits them. Someone be like, okay, let me not come.
I don't have the money.
Exactly. If you don't have the money, then you're giving someone like an ultimatum to attend your wedding. Like it's your happy day. You want to spend it with friends and family. So don't give them an option to opt out. Like, that's just, what do you think?
I think it's wrong in my own opinion, but you know, they had their own reasons now, and at the end of the day, you never know. How do you call who?
Let me tell you, I agree with everything else. Buy your $47 dress. Make the wedding in a free way. Help make it in your own house. I don't mind. Let everything be. But no. Foods and like, oh my. Honestly, what happens if they don't have money to pay for that?
No, I really have no idea.
I know what if you're limiting them and making them feel like they really have to pay for the food.
You're obviously limiting them. Everybody doesn't have that same budget.
This is the first wedding, though I've never had it of any.
That's why it became famous because of that.
You go to a wedding, imagine you go to Martina's wedding and then we pay for our drinks and food. No.
Like going out on in a restaurant.
Anyway, so she explained to the journalists who were asking her questions, is like, the friends and family knew beforehand.
And they understood the assignment is the word that she used. They came in when they knew all the information and they were ready to support in that way. So it was just the support and...
Anywho, like, people have their own reasons, but that's not going to be me. I will at least wait like 10 months until I have money to pay for that.
But there's something you said. People should not take like so much risk because of planning a wedding. They should plan according to. Let them go like how their pocket feels. If your pocket feels like it can afford a lot of things, then why not? But remember, there is a future tomorrow that you have to keep for.
Yes, and guys, let's talk about that pressure that, I don't know, either on the man's side or the woman's side, where right now you might not be that financially stable, or you might not have that money, and then you can't even push to a later date until you can, but you're all cramping things up in one day just because
you're pressured up.
So I don't know. People do have their reasons, honestly. You cannot know why someone is being pressured to be married on this specific date.
No, I think it's just like the ruch of, or the expectations of the society.
That's the thing, it's expectations.
The edge there, like, you know, if you're a girl by 25, you should be married. By 28, you should have kids. So I think, you know, it's that pressure that piles up. If you turn 26 and, 25 and Tracy's married and I'm 25 and I'm not, then you clock 26, 27, everybody around you will be like, okay.
Yeah, anyway, expectations shouldn't be the deciding factor. Yeah, so we have some of the comments on people, the people were able to reply on our Instagram story. So PM Owase says, it is something that is supposed to happen once, but let's also use our brains. Hashtag no offense. So Delise says, yep, because everyone is struggling for his or her future. So that they meant spend less money. And then Shakwe says, once you have money, spend it. It is yours, but do also save, because you don't know what the future brings. You may last for long, or maybe it is your last day. So I see he's in the middle. And then Wase Ali says, we should spend less. After all, marriage is till death do us apart, so we will need financial support.
Yeah, so what happens if you die right after the wedding?
You never know. So Elisa Daniela says, people should be mature and think that even after a wedding, life has to go on. And then Joe Zev says, spend less and save for the future. And yes, I support the previous post. So he supports the couple that had a $500 wedding. And then Alice Wambazimana says, people should spend less and save for their future. Delphine says they should save and plan for their future.
There's this definition of saving or of save that I don't get, of people actually trying to save a lot of money but deprive themselves
of the good life.
You know, like you wish for something yet you can afford it.
Exactly.
What type of saving is that?
No.
Yeah, I don't get it. You can save, but at least don't deprive. What happened?
Nothing.
Sometimes
you look at something and you're like, I can't buy it because I didn't plan it. Because you feel like you're entering into a budget, you know?
But you know, I don't understand the essence.
But have you ever died because you don't have money? You won't die.
You won't die. Like, we were broke before. You can actually.
I know.
Don't you know
Girl.
that TikTok, that meme, if the money you have cannot solve your problems, eat that.
Eat.
And if I'm broke,
it to
now my business.
Don't involve everyone
Now my
else.
business, not your business.
Exactly. So that's it for the opinion poll. I hope you enjoyed our today's topic. Be sure to always send in what you guys think we should discuss, and then always give us your opinions because we love to hear them.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a wonderful topic today. You guys better watch out for our topic on Thursday.
And
All right.
we do thank those who pitched in their ideas. Thank you so much for helping us out and giving us what you think. And to the couple that actually, became the talk of the town. At the end of the day, I'm going to Tracy, they were, married and they became one. Because that is the end
That is the
goal.
main deal.
Yes.
That's the
what it
main
is.
deal, the aftermath.
Yeah, and clearly
Well, first is great.
The first is great pair.
girl. Anyway, we'll be right back. Not going anywhere.
Yep.